Hey guys, Lexus Driver here. Now, this is a channel update for my YouTube channel and also for my DeviantArt. Now, for my DeviantArt, I'll still post fan art, but currently right now I'm designing my character for my book because I also like writing, but drawing and writing, I have to balance this out because, the more I write, the more I picture my character. And the more I picture my character, the more I want to draw my character on paper, or in this case, my iPad. And I'm resorting to manga. Now, the reason why I'm resorting to manga is because manga, even though I also like, Western drawings and whatnot, I resort to manga because the body feels very realistic, especially when it comes to the head, the torsos, and the legs. I resort to manga because it's very realistic. And I'm drawing this on my iPad because drawing on my iPad, in case my character is too small or too big, I can adjust the size and then continue drawing and whatnot. I mean, sure, there's the old way of drawing characters, the old-fashioned way, I should say, uh, using a drawing pad. But I resort to iPad because if the character is too big or too small, you can resize it, and also there's layers you can do. So one layer stays the same, while the other layer you can design clothes. So that's the big advantage of drawing on my iPad. And another reason why I resorted to manga because manga's easy to draw as long as you know the guides of how to do it. And there's actually good how-to videos on drawing manga characters. In this case, a manga body proportion. So the channel here is Love to Draw Manga. I highly recommend you check this out if you're into manga, especially when you design your characters. So I will link this in the description down below. So as I said, the more I write, the more I picture, and the more I picture, the more I feel like I want to draw it on paper, and that right there, it's a way for me to not forget. And drawing, drawing a character like this. With this body proportion and whatnot, drawing manga, it does help me out, drawing anthropomorphic characters, like for example, a gray wolf, a coyote, a red fox, you name it. So it does help me out a lot. But also at the same time, I have to take into account, the physiques of these animals. I include a tail. You, you know what I mean. And also, uh, these body proportions. Currently, right now, I'm drawing a male, but I will try and draw a female with the help of the guides here. So this is why I resort to manga because even though manga is Japanese, as much as I like Western, I would go for this one because of how realistic it is. Um, yeah, and um, I have four male characters, but before I get to that, I'm gonna get to the clothes first. Since my character is a detective for the Washington Metropolitan Police Department, I I've included various outfits, especially the suits, um, uh, a two-button blazer, a three-button blazer, an overcoat, but for the time period is the present day, so I'm not going to include a fedora. And I will also include formal wear attires like the morning dress, black tie. I said that wrong. The formal attires: morning dress, white tie, black tie optional, creative black tie, you name it. Also the semi-formal and business formal, business casual, you name it. Just so I won't go too overboard on this one. So that's those are the clothings, and also for the four male characters, one all of them are from the police department. Three Americans and one British, and obviously that obviously, if you want to know where I got that, I was inspired by the Penguins of Madagascar. Skipper, Kowalski, and Rico are American, and Private is British. So, and a lot of these characters I have, they do cross paths with each other. You know, as as four characters, but each of these characters they have an adventure with specific characters. In this case, my main character he's on an adventure with anthropomorphic characters and also high school characters. But I'll keep that undisclosed for the time being because I'm currently designing characters. The second character, also American. Um, I would say this American, he's a. I would compare it to Rico, but for the for the characters he's going to cross paths with, um, I would say also anthropomorphic characters, but I'm going to call them furry because these characters have human hairstyles. Now the third one, also American. Um, he crossed paths with humans that got turned into mermaids, and that one I got inspired by a TV series on Netflix. Um, I'd say it's called H2O if I remember correctly, the animated version. I would also say it's also inspired by the live action version. I haven't watched the live action version, but I feel like the animated version was really what kicked me off on trying to push to make this. And this character, he's a lot like, well, this male character, he's a lot like Kowalski because in the non-canon Penguins of Madagascar TV series, he does have a non-canon girlfriend named Doris, and that is what inspired me for him to cross paths with mermaids. So that's the third male character, and the fourth and final character, who's British, which I'm gonna say is inspired by Private. Um, this male character, he I would say he would cross paths with werewolves. But even though werewolves is somewhat of a European thing, I actually found a, TV series on YouTube that actually has a fictionalized version of werewolves. But more like these werewolves are like the protectors of the night, etc., etc. I forgot what's it called. If you guys know what I'm talking about, just leave a comment down below so that way I can remember. Um, so yeah, so these are the four male characters that work together, but when they're on separate paths, they cross paths with different characters. So yeah, I am very looking forward to designing more characters. When it comes to the body proportions, I think I'll have to modify the body proportions a little bit, just so each male character looks significantly different compared to the others, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I really hope that I can hone my skills of drawing characters and also drawing anthropomorphic characters. For the high school characters, I'll have to make them slightly shorter, but if you catch my drift of what's going on. But really looking forward to hone my skills, having a lot of fun. For the female characters, as of now, I haven't designed the body proportions of the female characters, but I will be looking forward to once I've designed my first character, especially the outfits, the suits, the formal attires, the semi-formal attires, and also I will be including beach attires. So that's something I won't forget. But my primary objective of the clothing is the suits. So like I said, gonna be fun. And also for the hairstyle, I'll try and find a really good hairstyle. Very professional or something that would really fit the personality of the character. And yes, I might get some inspirations from the humanized characters of the Penguins of Madagascar. Just so, you know, I need to keep fueling up my inspiration for all these characters, and that right there, it does help me out a lot. Now, if you're wondering why I choose Washington, D.C. instead of the major cities, because Washington, D.C., apart from it being the capital city, in my personal humble opinion, I feel like, you know, a lot of the movies I watched that takes a lot of the movies I watched that take place in the United States, I feel like a lot of the movies I watched that take place in the United States, they rarely take place in Washington D.C. I mean, sure, when I looked up on the internet what are the films that take place in Washington D.C., a lot of the films I watched and also the TV shows I watched rarely takes place in Washington D.C. So, you know, just to show the love of Washington D.C., um, I like to you know have my own storyline, have my own fictional storyline to take place in Washington D.C. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, sure, it could be pretty boring. I mean, you have you know, when it comes to narrowing down to Washington D.C. Uh, continent, then country, but instead of state, it'll be a metropolitan area, and then Washington D.C. So here's how I would go for it: North America, United States, Washington metropolitan area, Washington D.C. That's how I narrow it down. But overall, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And this channel here, love to draw manga. Like I said, I will link this in the description down below so you guys can check it out. Watching these how-to videos does help me out a lot in creating my own characters, and also best way to hone my skills of drawing my own characters for my book, obviously. And it's also a great way, like I said, a great way for me to balance a great way for me to balance my drawing and my writing. As of now, I stopped writing because there's a lot of things going on in my head of there's a lot going on in my head of designing my own characters. You know, the more I write, the more I picture, and the more I picture, the more I wanted to draw it. But anyway, guys, that's all I have this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and be sure you hit that notification bell so you can stay updated on new content I have on my YouTube channel. But anyway, guys, that's all I have this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, and have a good day, everybody.